The American Red Cross needs your help to avoid a blood emergency, says Executive Director Sharon Kesselring of the American Red Cross of the Ohio River Valley. With extreme weather impacting several parts of the country, blood drives are being canceled and donors can't make it to their appointments to get their blood drawn. Limited access to blood donations will result in a national blood shortage. Kesselring says as an area that is not impacted by severe weather at this time, it's important that we rally together to contribute donations that will impact access to blood on a national level.
As a result, it has caused a problem with making sure that our blood supply is sufficient and stable across the United States. As a result, American Red Cross is asking those that are able to come in and give blood at this time.
To encourage donors to schedule their appointments to donate blood, the American Red Cross has partnered with the NFL to give one lucky winner the chance to attend the Super Bowl in February. For details on the contest and to see if you are a qualified donor, you can visit our website, WTAP.com.